How's it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. Today we are bringing you a video taken from a coaching session where we're going to be specifically focusing on applying pressure in the middle of the park and actually how to do so. We played a coaching student who unfortunately wasn't applying pressure in the middle of the park, which gave it so easy for anyone that he's playing against to have the ball, move the ball around and kind of do as they please on the pitch. We want to try and fix that today. We want to know how to apply pressure, where to apply pressure, and how to go and get the ball back without leaving yourself too open, obviously in and behind the defense. If you enjoyed this video, if it is helpful, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know what sort of videos you'd like to see down below in the comment section. Let's go ahead and jump into it. You line it up in a 4-4-2. Do you play it as that, or do you change it around?
I play with a 4-4-2.
Yeah, like do you play it with like Bruno Fernandes up front, Rooney CM, and all of that?
I play Rooney at striker, Sancho on the wing, Rashford at striker.
Okay.
Armstrong at the wing. I play Bruno, Curtis Jones in midfield.
Yeah.
I put Tav on right back, Kyle Walker center back, Reece James center back, and Rico Henry on left back.
You've got a lot of English players in here, haven't you?
I guess so. Well, I just was trying to structure it around Rooney, Bruno, Curtis Jones, Reece James, and Tav.
Yeah. Okay. What coins do you have lying around at the minute?
No, I don't have any coins.
No, nothing. Okay. It's a bit of a unique squad actually. I think the back line's absolutely solid, fine. I don't know if there's any issues there. I think that Kyle Walker at centre back still does a very good job. That Reece James is one of my favourite right back, well, centre backs in the game. From right back position. I've not used that Sancho. He looks okay though, doesn't look too bad. Maybe a little bit on the slower side from a winger, but not terrible. I've not used that Armstrong, but I think out on the wing he does certainly a good enough job. Pace, decent passing, and Rashford up front I really like, but I just feel like that card's maybe a little bit behind the power curve now, so maybe try and upgrade that as and when you can to a better version. So if you play this game just as normal champs game, normal focus, whereabouts is it you're from, sorry?
I live in Texas.
Live in Texas, okay. So the connection will be like a little bit slow. Probably won't be laggy, but it'll just be a little bit slow. So I do always take that into account when doing the sessions. I'm feeling that. I'm also feeling lack of like movement and runs. I don't know if you saw the Patreon post that we put out the other day talking about runs. Can you see how like quick I've just got the ball out there?
Yes.
And sent the Ronaldo on the run off the ball. So like I knew he was going. I knew he was there for the through ball. If you weren't going to track it, I was going to go for it. Say for example, let me just let you get into my half really. Sometimes this can happen in coaching sessions. Like you might not do this in normal champs, by the way. Sometimes people can get a little bit nervy. Like the driving run here with Bruno. You've not sent him on a run with that L1 then. So he's just stayed put there. That Rashford then had no one else to look for. While it's like, say if I build the ball up. Tackle. See you in a sec. So if I build the ball up. Like here, I'm just keeping it fairly slow. Using the fullbacks. Just some little turns to try and, get away obviously from your press. Which you're doing quite well. Keep that ball away from you out there. Now I've got the fullback to go to. I'm tapping the L1 button, sending the Eto'o. Now I've literally just took your midfield out of the game and I'm up against your defenders. So now I'm going to have to come back in. Can move the ball in the midfield. One touch and then pass. Now I'm going to send Mbappe on a run here. Try and see if I can squeeze it through. Good interception. And the ball back with Pogba. Like here, just having the ball with Neymar. Keeping the ball away from you. I'll go back. Sent the Neymar on a run. So he's just got into that space. Send him on a run. Tapping the L1 to send that Allen on the run. And can you just see how many more men kind of went forward to give me those options then? Makes it difficult for you to keep track of which one I'm going to go for. So now I can see you've sent the Sancho, you sent the Bruno, now you've just sent the Rooney. Now I've got to try and cover those men as best as I can and stop you from getting those passes to them. Like here, if you lay the ball into Jones and you lay this off, Send a Jones on everyone. Give him going forward. Look here. Mbappe, go. Now I've got the ball down the line. I'm going to play it to my left back. R1 triangle. And an easy ball. That's quick out the feet. Your midfielders, your 2 centre mids are going to be nowhere to be seen. I'm up against your centre backs now. That's funny. I nearly got a goal from it. I always talk about wing play and sending the wingers on a run using your fullbacks, because now you forced me to change to Mendy. What does everyone want to do this year? They want to grab their centre mids and pull the centre mids back, because the centre mids are very stupid. They don't track back themselves. That's why I encourage the L1 triggering the runs, and especially out on the wings, out of the fullbacks, and get in, even more so in the 4-4-2 as well, which can work quite well. GG.
GG, man.
Let's have a cut a few things.
Yeah, I think since I have them on stay back, I just assume they would stay back, but I need to like actually like L1 them forward, because otherwise they'll just be like sitting there.
Yeah, you want to send the wingers on the fullbacks on a run every now and then forward. You don't necessarily need to. When I say use the fullbacks, they can be on stay back, and that's not a problem. But when you're in. Imagine you're just outside the edge of your 18-yard box. When you pick up the ball there, don't just pass the ball directly to the centre mids, who have now got to turn and be put under pressure from the opponent, because they've got to turn and then find the right mid, left mid, or the strikers. Why not, when you've got the ball with the centre back, or when you have already got the ball with the centre mid, go to the full back, tap the L1 button, send the winger on the run, and if he's not tracking that through ball down the line, you play that through ball down the line, and then blank, you've just hit him kind of on the counter attack. You've got a lot more time on the ball than you think, and it's an easy way to generate out and kind of get from there. It was quite a difficult game to really see your attacking power, let's say, purely because you didn't obviously attack too much, kind of with me having a lot of the ball. I think what we'll do here is we'll focus on the lack of press, the lack of pressure from you, maybe a little bit too much respect for the opponent, and we'll take a look at how I attack, which hopefully then you can in turn put into your game, benefit from that as well. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump over onto Discord. So I don't know whether you're on your phone or your laptop or computer. I don't know what you're on. What we're going to do is I'm going to share screen for you. So if you just have the Discord app open, you should be able to see my screen now.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, because I need to push up the ball more with my CM. So like I was just under the assumption that as soon as I got the ball, I would pass to my CMs. But I think you're saying like get it to the wings and then use the CMs when you're not in the like my third of the pitch to like to push up the ball.
Yeah,
because
you don't want to go driving. Sorry to interrupt. You don't want to go driving with your centre mids from here to there. Like, there's a good chance you might get pressed and lose the ball here. What you want to happen is to have your centre mids picking up the ball. So if I'm attacking this way, picking up the ball in this area. I don't want to be giving the ball to my CMs here and letting them go forward. I want to generate my attacks in that way. Hopefully you'll see this throughout the game on how I did it, and help you on there as well.
Kind of using my centre mids to hover there.
Yeah. So I jotted this down to talk about pressure and kind of allowing me to get into the box a little bit too easy. Watch out. Look where I go, by the way, from the winger straight away. From the centre mid, I go out to the wing. I don't go straight into here. I know these two guys are going to be stood there marshalling that area. So look how I pick the ball up with Pogba, and I just have the ball in the middle. I pick the ball up here. 11 minutes on the clock. Watch this. So I'm not going to say anything. We're just going to watch this and let it go through. Do you not think watching that was too easy?
I definitely think so.
Yeah, and this is where we're going to be focusing on a lot in this session. You're going to go away. I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to be practicing what I'm going to tell you to do here, and you're going to have a nightmare of a time. You're going to concede goals left, right, and centre throughout rivals this week and friendlies and whatnot. And you're going to go, Alex doesn't know what he's talking about. This is terrible. Never doing that again. I ask you to persist with it, because what I'm asking you to do now is to find the balance between putting pressure on and keeping men in position at the same time. What you're doing at the minute is keeping your men kind of in the right position, but what it's allowing me to do is to have the ball with whoever I please, you know, Pogba and whatnot, tap my L1 button, start sending these guys on runs, start getting them going and generate attacks and pick it out. Like, kind of, I'm painting the attack, you know, in my head before it's even happened. How are we going to do that then? How is it that going to happen? This pass right here with Jones, you do the right thing and you switch to Jones and you're going, right, this Ronaldo, I'm going to put my Jones in that passing lane and cover it. Brilliant. I'm going to do that. What we then need to do is make that decision to go, I can apply pressure to this ball holder now. The only pass that I've got on is that one or that one if I turn around and pass that. And this is where you need to find the balance. You're going to come out here like that in this direction to still be covering the Ronaldo. If you run at me like that, I'll just pass the ball to Ronaldo. That's no good. You need to constantly be keeping an eye on this run and track it. Also, by the way, here with Alan, I'm tapping the L1 button to the Ronaldo to send him in behind to give, you know, to give me that option. Because say if you didn't switch to Jones, then I would have just played that through ball through there. So now you need to apply pressure. How are we going to do that? We're going to use the R2 and we're going to use the L2 for the sprint and the jockey. And we're going to come to about here. We want to get two yards away from the opponent. I don't want you running at him and through him. I don't want you to put Jones here. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you to run to me here. Because you know what happens when a player comes near someone with the ball? The person with the ball tends to pass it off, tends to release it, or they turn their back and maybe try and do a skill move that wasn't necessary, and then they may lose the ball. Now you might say, well, Alex, he's just going to pass the ball there and then he's going to pass the ball there. Yeah, quite right. Could be doing that. That's either when you've got two decisions. If the Jones has got the pace to catch up and come back into that position to stop that pass, you can do that. If not, you do a quick L1 switch to your fullback because he's going to be the closest man to the ball as the ball is in movement, and you just slot that fullback slightly. You don't want to go, like, again, too far, just slightly across to kind of cover off it and intercept it. And if he does get it through, then obviously you just switch over to the Reece James. But look at the distance. Can you just see how Bruno come back?
Yes.
Bruno comes this way. Come forward a little bit. I'm not saying go and charge at me like this. I'm saying you need to constantly keep an eye on these runners and block that passing lane and come forward a little bit and apply that pressure.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
When I switch, when I get this ball into the Neymar here inside the box, you have to switch to the Reece James now. This is like Stallion said this actually in the past. Stallion, it's like a basketball move. It's a one-on-one scenario. It's beating that man in the one-on-one. You have to then switch to the Reece James. What are you looking to do here with the Reece James? I call it a process of elimination. Where are your men? Where are the angles to shoot? And which is the most dangerous? And you need to kind of cover the most dangerous, but not show yourself too much. If I scoop turn into here, I can shoot across goal. Pope probably could save it, and also Reece James may block it. But what I don't want you to do is to commit here, if I scoop turn into there, and then leave this space open massively here. I want you to hold your line. So you're just going to use the L2 button here, just the jockey, and you're basically going to keep Reece James. Imagine he's got a rope attached to this left goalpost, and he's got to stay attached in line with that goalpost at all times. So if he does that, and he stays in here, he will always be okay. Because then, if I do go this way, Reece James can step off it and get a tackle in as I'm about to shoot. If I go back that way, Reece James can step off it and get it back and get a tackle in to get obviously before I shoot. What a lot of people do here is they switch to the Reece James and then they just run here like a madman, and then I do a little drag back and bang, you know, you're in behind as easy as that. All right, this was actually not that bad. The Reece James switch had to happen here, and I'm happy with this jockey movement. I'm happy with you, the pass covering the Neymar. The problem that you had is that you switched back to the Bruno Fernandes. That was now my invitation to come and kind of charge at you and get into the box and then switch around, and then you kind of get a little bit lost in the movement, and then bang, just slot that one in the back of the net. Use of the double tap pass there, just obviously tight dribbling with Ronaldo, little ball roll. That's just left stick dribbling. There's nothing else to it, and then a little double tap pass into the Neymar, and just hit that across. So let's show you this from attack then. You come forward, lay the ball off, I get the tackle in. Ball out. Where do I go straight away?
Wings.
What am I tapping?
L1.
Eto's gone. So now you're switching. You're going, oh, I need to cover with the left back. I need to pull my centre mids back. And I'm trying to do all this. I just keep going. forward, play that ball in through the middle. Neymar, you notice that little tap L1 run gave me an option if I wanted it. Neymar again, tap the L1. Little ball roll, come back. Just trying to work the opportunity. I need to drive forward with a sprint button, little fake shot to get through there. Recycle.
That's brilliant.
Notice again, by the way, the Bruno. Is there much pressure at any point?
No, I'm just trying to. All I'm doing is going in the passing lanes, pretty much.
Yeah, you're literally sat in the passing lanes at all times. So all I'm doing is just going, okay, well, I'll just keep moving the ball around between the Allen and the Pogba until you make one mistake, and then I find that pass. As soon as I find that pass into the box, we'll attack it. Attack, directional nutmeg. Fake shot stop, Lacko getter. Excuse me, sorry. Comes from right back, send the ball down the line if we wanted to, triggering the L1 runs. This here, you have to constantly be controlling, ideally, not the man closest to the ball, because a lot of the times you want to be able to put pressure on the next pass, which means you're not going to control the man closest to the ball. So like here, you track that run down the line briefly, which was fine. Now, you need to be on the Bruno Fernandes. What I don't want you to do here with a Bruno Fernandes, because he's your centre mid, is charge at me here and leave a massive gap there. But again, it's that finding that kind of balance where you come at me to a degree and then you pull him back into that position. But you're controlling the Jones. That Jones has no influence and no pressure on that Semedo. So now, I'll do a fake shot, stop, come in. Bruno was there anyway, but you weren't even applying the pressure to me. So you just have to pull him back and you get into that little bit of trouble. 34.
So kind of cause pressure, but also be aware of the next pass, like causing pressure, but like towards the way of the next pass.
You're basically applying pressure to say, I know where your next pass is and I'm ready to switch to that to then apply the pressure on the next guy, in the hope that they do it and you'll then be able to snatch the ball off them because you know where they're going to go. What a lot of people do is they charge at the guy with a ball like a madman, you know, crazy guy, charging at them, and then they play the ball off, and then they go, oh, where's the ball now? Like they don't think about where's his way out, you know, where's his pass out. They don't think about that. They just they see the ball and they go, oh yeah, I want to go to the ball. I want to go to the ball. I want to go to the ball. I wanted to jot this down here as a moment.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So would you if you feel like you have a good chance to like you said, like kind of go further and try to steal the ball from the guy, would you go all the way, or would you keep your guy kind of like pressuring but not like going like at the guy with the ball? You know what I mean?
Key part, game management. What are we looking at? If you're 2-0 up and it's the 42nd minute, do you really need to go and take a possible risk to go and take the ball off the guy? Not really. If that's not the case and it's 2-2, it's the 60th minute, absolutely. If you've got the chance to win the ball, you go and try and win the ball. Biggest mistakes when people do it is they try and step in when the guy's got his back to you, so you're going to give away a foul, or they press a tackle button. Tackle button's probably one of the worst things to use on FIFA. Doesn't work very well unless you're 100% sure the ball is there to be won. What are you waiting for to step in? And you're going to see this as an example in a little bit with me and you. You're waiting for them to take a heavy touch with a sprint button, or you're waiting for them to do a skill move. If they do a skill move, you know that animation, you can step in and take the ball off them at the exit of the animation. So say if you're going to do a heel to heel, I know where the ball's going to be at the end of that animation. If you're going to do a Berber spin, I know where the ball's going to be at the end of that animation. When someone inputs a skill move, as a whole, they can't change the direction unless they do a skill move cancel, and that's your time to step in. I wanted to jot this down for you. Does that answer that? Sorry, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. I want to jot this down. Look what you did. Ball down the line, full back. What does that do here? You force me to switch to my Mendy. You see these two guys there?
Yes.
It's like they're stood at the takeaway shop, looking up at the menu, deciding what they want to order. They've got no interest in where the ball is and what they're doing. Look at them. They're stupid. It causes a massive gap between them and them. That then gives you this room to play into and run into and have an opportunity. You get the ball into Rooney. You go for the directional nutmeg. Not a bad little attempt. Possibly could have worked if I switched a bit earlier. But can you see how with the Ramos there and the Allen, look at the difference in the gap that I've got to you as the ball holder than what you have. It's very close. Like it's 2 yards. But what am I doing with the Ramos? Keeping him in line with that goalpost. I'm not stinging him off, you know. I'm not taking Ramos here. I'm trying to keep myself goal side. Alan, you do a turn. That's my time to step in. When you make that such drastic animation in that sense.
All right. What would you have done there, like, if you were me? Like, what?
With a Rooney. When you get into here, maybe like a heel to heel instead of the directional nutmeg, because the directional nutmeg is good when you're taking it past an opponent. You're not really taking it past me there. Like I'm always goal side. A heel to heel to try and catch me out maybe for a penalty, and then maybe followed it up with a little fake shot, or even, to be honest, just ball roll away, lay the ball back off and recycle. I think there's one goal later on that you're going to see that you go, oh, that was a really good goal, well done. I do the exact same thing. I get into here, there's nothing on, I go back and I recycle and go again. It's a game of chess, really. It's waiting for the opening that you're happy with, that you think has got the best chance of you getting that goal, or at least getting, you know, a well-worked chance. I'm very much a percentage man. I try and work on, is this going to result in a possible goal for me? I'm trying to jot this down with Jones. You made a couple of these stray passes throughout the game. Not a massive amount, but a couple, which you need to try and reduce to a minimal as. You turn inwards here. A lot of people do this. They kind of turn into trouble. I always say, take the touch when you receive the ball the way you had received the ball. So you have received the ball from the Tavernier, then it's much easier for you to take the ball the way you're already facing, because then you haven't got the slow animation of you turning. You turning there says to me, Neymar, go and pull him across, or Eto'o, go and pull him across, whoever, and predict the next pass. If you took the touch there, it's quicker, it's snappier. You might have just been able to play that ball straight into Rooney instead of going for a ball out there. Can you see how? Watch this. Look how slow the Jones turn is. And it just gives me that chance to pull that man across. 42.
Exactly right. It was
Sorry?
I need to have better awareness of like where the defenders are.
Yes, where the players are.
I think I've seen you I've watched a video before where you kind of made, that was like a year ago though, where you made the suggestion. I always remember to do that until a few months ago, and then I just forgot to do it, and I'm just making the same mistake again.
Sticky notes, write everything down, write it all down. This one here, I don't mind that you go to try and put the pressure on the Neymar. Why? I've got no passes on. I've got no, you know, clear direct through ball on or anything. But what you think I'm going to do is lay the ball up there. I can guarantee a goal 3, goal 2 player probably lays the ball up here and you probably win this, right? However, against more a high-level player, they're going to go with, what do you, as the opposition, think I'm going to do? And I'm going to do the opposite. I know that you think I'm going to play this ball here. I say, let's go and attack this space. Let's go and attack in behind and see if I can get past that Reece James with any skill moves that I feel confident in doing. I would prefer you to apply the pressure, but keep your man goal side. So like keep him in this vicinity. So kind of charge at me here, but keep him in this way. If I lay the ball off there to that Allen and you move that that Jones to there, what can you do then with the Jones? Just move him from this location back over as quick as you possibly can. You see how you move up and expect me to go there? Now he's gone. Yep. Now I can just charge at you. Sprint. I tap the L1 button for the Allen. That's one thing to pay, you know, big close attention to here. Watch this. I'm tapping the L1 button now, up with my left-hand log stick in that direction. And just do a step over, get in. R1X across, goal.
That was a nice goal.
That Allen wouldn't have been there if we didn't trigger him on that run with that L1. Not saying that I knew he was going to be there for the cut back across, but I knew that he was then going to be in that vicinity, ready for that as a possible option. Does that make sense?
Yes. So say I send a through ball down the wing to my winger, like to Sancho there. One thing I struggle with is when I get the ball to Sancho, like I have a hard time creating, like, and getting into like a scoring position. Like I'll do like an elastico, but it's just not really effective.
The point is not to get into a scoring position with Sancho. The point is with Sancho is to get from here into here with him to cut it back across, as I did there with Neymar, or to get into here, realise I can't get past this man, come back and find someone here on the edge where the centre mids are here and you've got more space to operate between. Alright. This one here with the Henry, you want to be ball rolling kind of downwards if you want to trigger it. You want to trigger that there, tap that run, send him on an L1. Ball roll down, R1 triangle for the through ball. That keeps it as a curved through ball around the outside, harder for people to intercept.
Right.
And then moving on here, this is the pressure thing again. Look at how with a Sancho, when I have this ball with Eto'o, you switch, and now watch how you just run back. I want you, with these guys, left mid striker, right mid, if there's someone in the middle of the pitch, I want you, unless there's a through ball down the line, obviously, that you need to track, which there isn't here, I want you to charge at that guy with Sancho like a crazy fool. Hold the R2 button and just charge at me. Don't worry about stopping 2 yards. These guys are your attacking players. They're not really that bothered about defending. Try and win the ball here with them, whether it's the striker dragging back, whether it's him dragging in. If there's no other passes on at the minute, I've got no key dangerous pass. I can lay the ball into Neymar. Ronaldo's just about to come back into a position. You see how I start running here? I'm kind of testing you to see what you're going to do, and you just back off. You just back off. Now there, the Bruno puts a bit of pressure on. Well done.
I like that a lot. Yeah, unfortunately I had no idea to do that before you said that. At which point would I say it would be too late to charge with the striker and switch to the center mid?
If the ball's on here, so if I've got the ball with Pogba and one of these strikers is close enough now, unless there's a through ball that you need to track with the centre back or the centre mid, essentially. And then obviously as I pass over the halfway line, try and grab the left mid, right mid. If they can't be grabbed, that's when you need to switch to your centre mids. Alright. This here, when I get into that, I think you either had to keep an eye on that run or switch to the Reece James here. This is a bit difficult, to be honest, a bit more unique. I think at times in FIFA you have to just sit back and say, well done. Someone's done very well. Elasco comes out and it's just very quick, it's very snappy. That's very difficult for you to really kind of see that and respond to that. But that's obviously where use of skill moves is so crucial. Just to show the halftime stats, obviously 5 shots, 5 on target, a lot of the ball, and that's purely because of the lack of pressure. 100% pass accuracy, 100% shot accuracy. That means there, I've never had a game at 45 minutes where I have 100% pass accuracy. I did not miss a single pass. That is saying that you do not put any pressure on that ball holder and make it difficult for me.
It's really amazing the difference between an Elite 1 player and everyone else who plays the game.
Oh yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy.
Because I think you're an Elite 1 player, right?
I haven't played Weekend League in about 4 or 5 weeks, so I couldn't really tell you anymore, to be honest. The last time I played 30, we hit the 27 and 3. I played Weekend League 2 Weekend Leagues ago and played 7 games, won 7, and that was enough for me. That pass out from the wing into the middle is very common that people get wrong. If you would have played it a little bit earlier, you would have been fine. But look how I'm in with my centre mid. I'm close enough to you to cover that pass as well. Go back here if you want and then get it out to this centre mid. And if you wanted to, you could then get out to the right back and then down the line and move the ball out that way. I'm just cautious of time, so I'm just going to get through these.
Can you say you're taping so I can watch it later?
What's that, sorry?
Are you saying you're taping this so I can watch it later?
Yeah. I record all the episodes so you can watch them back.
Sweet.
Look at this difference here. Watch this. You ready? You ready? You ready? Jones charges at me.
Oh.
Brilliant. And you get a through ball opportunity. Come through. Obviously, Rooney's not the quickest. I now grab my centre mid, pull him back. I do that purely because you don't have any passes onto the striker. You do a lovely roulette. I'm very unlucky with that turn in. I think with that turn in, with that Rooney, a fake shot could have been better. Maybe this would be me personally. What do most people expect you to do here with Rooney? He's right-footed. You want to get it onto the right foot. Do a fake shot forward, the direction you're going. Could even do a heel-to-heel forward. Hit it on your left foot, go near post. People won't expect that. you have to think outside the box. You have to think outside the box, inside the box. Yeah, funny that one. This here, you go into the middle, right? The middle is the most compact area of the pitch. I've got 2 centre mids, you've got 2 centre mids, I've got 2 strikers, you've got 2 strikers. You turn back, go back to that full back, tap that L1 button. You then might have the opportunity to send that ball down the line with the R1 triangle. But do you know what you don't? Do you know what it means if you don't have it? So say if I switch to my full back here and I track that run, what you then can do is take that touch with that left back, now play the ball into Bruno Fernandes. I'm busy tracking that run, so I won't be on Pogba straight away. So you've now got time to breathe, turn and lay that ball out. Instead, you play it straight in. I know exactly that's where you're going. Bang, put the pressure on, win the ball back.
So it looks like reading passes is like one of the primary differences between a golden and elite player.
Yes, very much so. This here, I'll grab my centre mids, pull my centre mids back. You sent the Sancho on a run, brilliant. You turn back, you recycle. Send that Rashford on a run. Get him, tell him to make that run into there proper. You do it with Armstrong there. Look at how he runs. Watch now how Mendy tracks him all the way. Now look, I know this is very anal of me, but this is how I work. That there could have meant that Rashford might have been able to have a through ball in and he might just be playing him onside because he's tracked that run. Obviously, it's not the case here. You send the Rashford on a run. Brilliant. Lay the ball back off. Lay the ball back off. Send the Rooney on a run. Get into there. Unlucky with that shot.
So sending runs, I've got to... So it's good to have, like, I guess, multiple players on a run.
Multiple players on a run because they create space, they give options. You don't always have to play the ball to the guy on a run, but it just gives you that option. Ball out wide, pass back, full back. That's a attacking pattern that I use all the time. Those little triangles. Left attacking mid, right attacking mid to the centre mid, to the full back, ball down the line. What has that done? Took out your 2 centre mids. I've now got time on the Neymar. I'm up against your centre back. First time fake shot. Get that one in. Fake shot stop. Lay it back. Good little block. Get the idea. All right. It is a lot to take on board. I do appreciate, but it very much is I go and have a look at the Patreon post that we did regarding triggering runs, and that will explain that and a little bit more information for you as well. And really learn how to apply the pressure and when not to. I didn't see a massive amount of skill moves in that game, but you didn't have a lot of the ball in the kind of the areas. So that's kind of a bit of a difficult one to kind of really judge you on. It sounds like you do use them, which is good to hear. So obviously just keep persisting with that as well. But really focus on the applying the pressure. The left mid, right mid strikers being really aggressive. The centre mids just covering the lanes but applying a little bit of pressure. And then obviously if they beat the midfield and they get up against your centre back, you have to switch to the centre back and kind of cover that in a one-on-one when they're inside or on the edge of the box. All right.
Thank you so much, man. That was amazing.
Does that all make sense for you?
Yes, sir.
That's absolutely brilliant. If you have any questions after, if there's anything that I missed or anything, please do drop me a message on Discord. Obviously, always happy questions that you have. I normally say the sessions take about 24 hours to upload, just because I normally upload them throughout the night, so they'll probably be with you tomorrow afternoon your time. All right.
Perfect. Okay. Then I guess I'll just message you on Discord for the next session.
Yeah, so I always send out the calendar sessions. I'll tell you what, we did ours like privately, didn't we?
All right, man. Thank you so much.
No worries. No problem. Have a good evening and look after yourself, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay.
All right, yes, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
So then, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.